Hello, everyone. Welcome to another new episode of ESL Talk. Just want to start off right off the bat by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. We had some really great news. We got some listening figures through for this year and found that we are now consistently ranking in the top 40 language learning podcasts in the US. I'm actually in the top 12 to 15 language learning podcasts in Canada. So a really amazing achievement considering we just started a couple of years ago. And we started off very small, we're very homegrown. We don't unfortunately have the budgets and the production means of a lot of other podcasts. And again, a huge thank you to everyone who supported us, all our guests, our co-host. We started with Golnaz and Faye, and I've been, continuing this journey solo for the last little while. So a big thank you to everyone for helping us out and supporting us, for following us on Instagram, for being guests, for sharing your comments, your inputs, for writing reviews, all that good stuff. It's really paid off, and I'm really proud of all of us, what we've been able to achieve in this time by being able to rank so highly and building a really strong listenership now of about 10,000 downloads a month, which was unfathomable when we started this journey. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, this is a really fantastic opportunity to re-invite one of the guests who's been on our podcast a few times now, Crystal. She actually is one of the lead sponsors of the podcast, which is ESL-Curriculum. I found out today from speaking with her that there's now actually almost 750 interactive lessons, and she'll be able to describe it much better than me. She's going to talk a little bit about that, as well as the Teacher Summit, the Level Up Teacher Summit, which is happening very soon in just a few weeks. It is a totally free event that you can attend, where you can learn a lot of things about working online, teaching online, being an online teacher, all the different skills and ways that you can do more, be more, grow, and develop as an online teacher. So there's so many different things. We wanted to share that with you today. So I did arrange some time to sit down with Crystal, talk about the summit, how it works, what you can expect, and how you can register and join for free. If you go to the description in this episode, just underneath, you'll be able to find the link actually to sign up for free, find out all the info about the speakers, the events, the schedule, all that stuff. So please do register. I mean, you got nothing to lose by doing that. And it can be a really great opportunity to network as well. From this podcast, I've made so many amazing connections. I've managed to network massively, learn from a lot of great people, and also be able to collaborate and work with them as well. So hopefully you can take that opportunity and sign up for the summit. We're now going to hear from Crystal, who's going to share all that great information and content with us. Here we go. Hello again, Crystal. Back on the podcast. Great to see you again.
Yeah, it's so fun to be here again. Thanks for
Yes,
having me.
of course. No, I'm really excited to have you because we want to learn a little bit more and find out a little bit more about this amazing event that you are putting together. I was very fortunate to be a part of it last year, and I would love for our listeners and our audience to find out more about the Level Up Online Teaching Summit this year. So before we get into this year and all the good stuff we can expect, can you give me a little bit of background about what this summit is? I know it ran last year, so how did it work?
Yeah.
And kind of what are the kind of essentials that we need to know about this?
Well, last year we were very honored to have you as an inaugural speaker on the first year ever. So thank you for that.
Cool.
And thanks, for letting me tout it today. Level Up Summit is something that I've collaborated with Tim Gascoigne, who your listeners might know as the online teacher dude from YouTube. And together we just really decided to offer some professional development for our colleagues. Last year was all about how to segue from a contracted role to a teacherpreneurship. And this year is much of the same, but also the next level. So we're talking as well about going from teacherpreneurship to actually starting your own academy and hiring
Wow.
other teachers this year. Yeah, it's huge.
That is huge. It's a big shift, again, and I like how you've embraced that shift and you've kind of reflected what's going on in the market right now online, and that kind of movement from, because there was a time, maybe not that long ago, when you could just do your own thing and find lots of students and be successful. But now we've got to approach it in a different way, which is awesome. So this summit this year, is it taking place over 1 day, 2 days? What are the dates? What are all the details that we need to let everyone know
Right.
about?
Yes, you are right. It takes place over 2 days on the 10th and 11th of November, 2023. We got some feedback after last year. We had about 6 or 7 hours of back-to-back presentations in it. So it was quite a long, grueling day. And so we decided to split it up this year over 2 shorter mornings instead. And we've spanned a Friday and a Saturday. So people who have working commitments then can jump in on the Saturday, or people who have kids, maybe they want to jump in on the Friday. Whatever the case may be, there's going to be the 2 days, 12 speakers across the
Wow,
2 days. Yeah.
amazing.
And yeah, we're super excited to try this new sort of model.
Wonderful. That's great. And yeah, I think having it over the 2 days is a real benefit because as we know, there's always different circumstances, different situations, different time zones. Hopefully that means we can make sure enough people can attend on both of those days, which is wonderful. And I really love the community aspect of it as well, like trying to get everyone to interact, to share a little bit about their journeys, what they're doing, and networking, because I think we can both vouch for the power of networking, Crystal. We've both achieved a lot through networking.
That's true.
And it's a really amazing benefit of being part of something like this. And best of all, you can register totally for free, right, Crystal?
Yeah, we had a bit of a debate because last year was totally for free as well, and
Mm-hmm.
it went really well. So we were like, well, do we try something new or do we keep the model that we have? And in the end, we decided we need to make this accessible to everyone, no
Right.
matter where they are in their teaching journey, if they're just getting started or if they're well established. So we went ahead and made it free again.
Yeah.
That said, we do offer an upgrade option, which you should act quick, really, because it's only on early bird price for the next 6 days or
Mm-hmm.
7 days. And what that gets you is access to all the recordings. So this is perfect for people like me who, in my case, I love to watch the presentations, but I am so busy, I never have a chance to really tune in with my full attention. So I love to be able to just go back at a quieter moment and watch them
Yes.
again and
Yes.
actually take notes, or put something on the shelf for a bit until I'm really able to action it,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a week or a month or even a year down the road, and then come back and watch it again to get that
Yes.
refresher. So
Yes.
the recording option is there. Our kind speakers have also generously pitched in some amazing free gifts for
Amazing.
just to sort of beef up the upgrade, which, yeah, I can go over the details if you want, but
Sure. We'll probably get to that before we wrap up. But
yeah.
again, if you want to just sign up for free and attend it on the day, awesome. If you want something a little bit more specific and something you can review and come back to and really dig into, then that's another option. It's great that we've catered for all of those needs. And the best thing as well that I found last year as well, because I was presenting, so I couldn't attend all the sessions, is I was able to go back, put aside some time, maybe an hour, 2 hours, just to kind of reflect, go over everything, and look at how I could apply some of those other lessons
Yeah.
and other programs and other speeches and lectures and workshops and all the good stuff and absorb it all. So yeah, that's a
Oh,
really
that's
good
so
option.
funny. I love
Yeah.
hearing that because I did the exact same.
Yeah.
Because I was hosting it last year.
Right.
I was like behind the scenes, like doing the tech and
Hmm.
working on the next transition and that. So I didn't get to hear the full content a lot of the presenters
Right.
had. But I think the thing is, although you and I are both, relatively well established in our fields, nobody ever knows everything, and there's always more tools to add to your toolbox, or sparks of ideas.
Oh, of
So
course,
yeah,
yeah.
i did
Yeah.
i did the
I
same.
if if you're not constantly learning and wanting to improve as a teacher, then you might not be able to reach your goals and you might be stuck in a place. So I think it's always good to want to learn more as well. And one other thing as well is, most teachers want to improve, they want to get better. So having this bank of resources and sessions available whenever to go back to is a real bonus too. So let's dig in a little bit deeper then, Crystal. What are some of the things that attendees might be able to learn or find out more about or get more knowledge on?
Okay, well, I think then we need to dive into who our speakers are because
Yeah.
they are incredible. So, as I said, over 2 days, we're really happy to welcome back James Liu, who's going to talk about the top three expert expert insights to the top three ESL teaching niches and where to find them. So, that's really groundwork in terms of getting started as a freelance teacher. We are covering all your marketing needs. So I've got Lauren Martin coming, who is from Copy That Copy, and she's going to talk about how you can write words that attract and convert students on whatever platform or whatever sort of publication you're using. Natalie Wright's going to talk about gamification. And she's got some really snappy new tech ideas. We've got Rachel Story from Bridge coming
Mhm.
to unlock your teaching career. So she's going to help us learn how to secure that first student. Katie Geddes is coming to talk about creating lessons and courses that sell to students. So just sort of what your options are in terms of different course variations or different ways to plan the actual lesson material.
Mhm.
And then on day 2, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. This day is the one that's kind of geared more toward people who want to level up from freelance to owning their own academy. So can you believe we have Nancy Taylor coming to talk about building a brand? She was such an inspiration to me many years ago when I was just starting out looking for contracted roles, because at the time she was prepping online teachers to apply for companies like VIP Kids. And
Mm.
yeah, she was invaluable to me then, but she has transitioned more loosely to talk about brand and use a lot of her experience from having a massive YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Likewise, Ola is going to talk about building language group courses. So
Mhm.
this kind of reflects what I was saying before about varying your course type to stand out from the crowd.
Right.
Um, Jenna's going to talk about that sort of thing on Instagram, and Faye is coming to talk to us about doing it on Pinterest, which is a brand new
Ooh.
concept to me. Like,
Yes.
who knew that Pinterest could be used as a really successful marketing tool to find students? And finally, we have a couple of different ladies who these I personally recruited because I love hearing success stories. I love hearing about fellow teachers like myself who've been through the grind and
Mhm.
have sort of made it in terms of starting an academy. So I've got Noah Peretz, who people may recognize from Noah and Biscuit. She is often advertising to hire teachers on the social media platforms. And Molly Wheatley, who's done the same. So she's transitioned from a B&M teacher to a tutor online, and finally to owning her own academy and teaching others how to do it. So I love those success stories, and I just can't wait to learn from all of our speakers.
Incredible. And how long will each session be?
Well, they're very bite sized. So we
Mhm.
wanted to make sure that they were quick and snappy because we know that people have busy days and commitments.
Sure.
And, normally they just want to hear the nitty gritty, the best tips or the best takeaways, and then that's it. So they're each about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Most of them, I believe, will be open to a couple of questions at the end.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we'll have some participation from the delegates or the audience who are in attendance. And yeah, and so just snappy and then on to the next one, really.
Perfect. And you mentioned earlier and also the event. Each of the speakers are actually going to be giving you actionable steps and things you can implement right away. That's one of the goals, right, of the
Exactly.
sessions.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome.
exactly.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And also as well, there's going to be, you mentioned there's going to be giveaways, there's going to be prizes, there's going to be little things like that just to kind of keep everything nice and fresh as well. And there's also your sponsor, which is Koala. Could you tell us more about them? Because I'm not that familiar with them.
Okay, yeah. Koala is a company that provides a virtual classroom platform for hosting your classes.
Hmm.
They are very well established in ESL and in like homeschool tutoring because they have this amazing feature. They call it the playground. So, in addition to their amazing co-browsing classroom space, they have it's kind of like a video game within,
Oh,
like, you
interesting.
open up this playground room, so to
Hmm.
speak, and you have a customizable avatar, and you can go around, and teachers can actually set up their lessons in this playground, or it can be more of like a reward,
Hmm.
where the student gets so many minutes for excellent work that lesson. But it's just this amazing student management online classroom and place for your interactive lessons, and we couldn't be happier to have sort of like welcome them with open arms
Yes,
to participate,
that is incredible. So I'm guessing
sponsor
this
us.
is more catered towards younger learners, more of the children and younger ages, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the classroom part, certainly that's correct. However, that classroom is sort of standalone. So you have to enter a second area
Oh,
online to get
okay.
there. So theoretically, you could use their amazing co-browser and virtual, like audio visual classroom space as well.
Okay, that's great to know. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, I will share all the details for the summit November 10th and 11th from 9 to 12:30 Eastern. It is free to register. There are some paid options if you want a little bit more flexibility and you want to grab the recordings and things. Do check the description of this episode just down below, and you can get the information to register and sign up for that as well. Now, before you go, Crystal, because this is something we are plugging every week on every episode, tell us more about what's going on with the website, esl-curriculum.com, Crystal Clear ESL, any updates, and what our teachers can expect now.
Well, in July, Daniel, you might remember, we very proudly finished our core curriculum. It
Yes.
is the largest, most exhaustive and exhausting
Hmm.
sequential retail curriculum on the market. The only complete one with 744 sequential lessons, all gamified, and super fun and easy to teach. So those are at your fingertips and ready to go. We are working hard now on new projects, which is so exciting. So my current new project is putting together a student portal so that we can finally have a place for our clients, the students, to see previews and other features. So that's a big one that's had a lot of requests. And I've got Mika and Amanda hard at work at a whole leveled reader curriculum. So that'll be rolling out in the coming months. And I'm also working on possibly integrating our own virtual classroom co-browsing platform, because it's such a struggle out there to find the software or the app that fully facilitates and highlights all of the interactive features that our lessons can do. Like, what is the sense of building all this gamification into the lessons if the students can't even play it? So
Yes, that is very
in a
true.
perfect world, this will be all in one place for
Okay,
teachers. So yeah, that'll be really cool.
that's
And
awesome.
most recently, we did just publish a brand new customizable games membership as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
these are really fun, short games you can play as like a reward with your students, or I personally use them as a revision exercise. So they'll learn a new point during the class, and we'll go over it in a really fun way to end
Hmm.
off. But
Hmm.
that's between 25 and 30 games that are
Wow.
suitable for all ages, and you slot in your own keywords or your own CVC blends or your own key sentences, and it's, you change them up for every single topic that you're learning.
Incredible. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, that's even better. So I need to update my plug in each episode because I said 600 plus lessons. It's now 744 lessons, which is amazing.
Amazing.
And again, the reason that, we do promote your website and your service is because it literally is so easy. I use it every week I go in, I pick out stuff for business English, I pick out stuff for IELTS and writing and speaking. It's all there and it's just
Exactly.
ready to go.
Yeah.
That's what I love most about it. And again, the memberships, depending on what you want, they start pretty low, just a few dollars a month. And you
Yeah.
can obviously use them as much as you want. And if you don't want to use them, then you can cancel anytime.
Yeah.
But why would
No
you do that with
commitment.
all these amazing things coming in every single month? That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's really
Yeah.
great to have you back today to discuss this. I'm really excited for the Level Up Summit. I will definitely be there. I'm excited to learn all these different aspects and elements. 2 days, 12 speakers, all of these different things. I think we're covering passive income, building a brand, niche teaching, copywriting, building an academy, finding your own students. I mean, there's so much value here for our listeners. So if you are able to sign up, listeners, please do. Like I said, it is free
For
to
free.
attend. And if you need more, then there are other options available, but ultimately there is a free option available as well. So everyone can attend, get the most out of it, build your community, build your network, learn new skills, learn new ways to take your business to the next level, and be with an amazing, supportive bunch of teachers and educators like Crystal and like myself too, because I'll be there too. Thank you so much,
Yay.
Crystal.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Alrighty, thank you, Crystal, for joining us. It's great to have you back and for you to share all this knowledge and value for our teachers. So before we sign off for another episode, don't forget to go to the description of this podcast, click the link so you can register for this event for free, and also find out more about the events, the speakers, and what you can expect from the summit. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're at about 4,500 followers now at ESL Talk Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on a future episode, as always, go to the website esl-talk.com/be a guest. There's a button there on the website, be a guest. You can fill in a few details. We'll get back to you so that we can arrange a time to meet and interview you for the podcast. You can also listen to all our previous episodes totally free on the website as well and through your podcast provider of choice. Thank you so much for listening. We'll hopefully see you at the summit in a few weeks and look forward to joining us again for another episode next week. Thank you. Bye.